Mhm. All right, all right. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach. You're tuned into Heart Connections. We're getting ready to do Heart Talk live on kinetichifi.com. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like and share the video. And we will be getting started shortly. All right, all right. It is 11:30, and you are tuned into Heart Connections with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, right here on your community station with international inspiration, kinetichifi.com. It is time for Heart Talk. Heart Talk is the talk portion of our show. This is when we come to renew our minds and restore our hearts. This is the what is it? Restore, reflect, renew. I had some other R's I came up with. I'll share that with you later. We're talking about love today, guys. And this segment of the show, we are talking about the types of love. Because a lot of times we just think, oh, we just hear love and that's all. We don't really think about the fact that there's different types of love. Like when I love my friends in a different way than I love my husband. I have a love for everyone, but we love people in different ways. And I think that that can set a lot of people free when they realize that we do love people in different ways. And we have to be willing to understand that and get to know it better. It's like there's a book called The Five Love Languages. And that book is very good because it helps you understand that love, just like any other language, you have different languages that we speak. And I feel like knowing the different types of love help us better speak each other's love languages. So I want you to think about that as we move forward. Now, the first type of love I want to get into is the one that I think is the most popular, and it is the one that most people, when they think about love, this is what they think about: the eros. Eros, Eros. It says eros, and I'm reading from Psychology Today, and it's a blog. There are seven types of love by Dr. Neil Burton. And he says Eros is sexual or passionate love and is the type most akin to our modern construct of romantic love. So that's the type of love that most people, when they think of love, that's what they think about. They think about Eros, the erotic love, the type of stuff you see on TV and news, or even things like porn and stuff like that. People see that and they think it's love and it's not, but they're often thinking about the eros love. And it says eros is sexual or passionate love. Okay, I said that. In Greek myth, it is a form of madness brought about by one of Cupid's arrows. Think about it now. This erotic love in Greek myth is a form of madness brought about by one of Cupid's arrows. The arrow breaches us and we fall in love, as did Paris with Helen, leading to the Trojan War and the downfall of Troy and much of the assembled Greek army. In modern times, eros has been amalgamated with the broader life force, something akin. What? Mm. A fundamentally blind process of striving for survival. I read a little bit, but that got me a little off. But in any ways, eros is the sexual or passionate love, and is this type most. That's what people mostly think about when they think about love. Now let's move on to the next one. Philia. Philia. The hallmark of philia is friendship. That's where we get the word Philadelphia. The hallmark of the philia form of love or friendship is shared goodwill. Aristotle believed that a person can bear goodwill to another for one of three reasons: that he is useful, that he is pleasant, and above all, that he is good. That is rational and virtuous. Friendships founded on goodness are associated not only with mutual benefit, but also with companionship, dependability, and trust. So when you think of loving your friends, it's a filial type of love. Okay, when you think about loving your friends or coworkers and things of that nature, that's the type of love that you would find people talking most about. Now let's go on to the next one. It says storge. Storge or familial love is a kind of filial love pertaining to love between parents and their children. So when you think about filial being more like a friendship type of love, storge is like a parent and a child type of relationship. Here again, when you love people, you usually love them in different types of ways. Like I said, I love my husband different than how I love my friends, different than how I love my children. So storge is a familial love and is a kind of philia, but it's between parents and children. It differs from most philia in that it tends, especially with younger children, and more broadly, it is a fondness born out of familiarity or dependency, and unlike eros, does not hang on our personal qualities. So philia is that unconditional, well, the unconditional love, like it's a friendship, but a loving type of, it's storge, it's a familial love. So I have certain friends that over time our relationship have evolved and it's more like family. So when I think about that, I think about the type of love that I have towards them is more like storge. We're friends, but it's deeper and it's because of the familiarity and the dependency upon and that's developed over the years. So that's what I think about when I think about storge. And we're going to go over another one here, that is very popular, and this is what we think about when we think about the way that God loves us. and the way we are supposed to love each other. And this is agape love, agape love. And agape is universal love, such as the love for strangers, nature, or God. Unlike storge, it does not depend on filiation or familiarity. Also called charity by Christian believers, agape can be said to encompass the modern concept of altruism, which is acting with an unselfish regard for others. And it doesn't always come naturally, but it's something that we can definitely, go into. And that's what grow into. And that's what agape is. When you love people. That's like the story of the Good Samaritan. That's a good story of agape love. That was just a human love. This particular person was helping. If you don't know the story of the Good Samaritan is a story about a young man who was beaten up by some robbers, some bandits, and there was a Samaritan that came along and helped him. But prior to the Samaritan coming, there was a rabbi, I think, and then there was like a priest, and neither one of them helped this man that was on the side of the road. But there was a Samaritan, and at that time, the Samaritans were despised and they were thought to be people who were less than. They were definitely a part of the minority in their society. And this man helped the young man. He expressed an agape form of love. It's unconditional. You're not doing anything for it. And I over the years, the whole idea of agape love has really been sticking with me because my love, I would use my love as conditional. I would love people conditionally because that was something that I felt like I had some control over someone at times. There were times in life where I could have expressed love in some form of phileo way or even storge, eros, but I chose not to because that was a power that I had over that person at that time. So I didn't. And I would never it, encourage anyone to do that. But the problem was I didn't understand that God had a type of love for me that's agape. It's universal. I don't have to do anything for it. He just loves me. He loves me the way I am. And to take it a step further, not only does he love me the way that I am, he actually, he actually sent his son to die for me and cover my sins. So when God sees me, he does not see all of the things that I've messed up, all of the times that I didn't love when I should have. No, he doesn't see any of that. All he sees is Jesus. That just blows my mind. But that's what I think about when I think about agape love. It's the type of love that it is you cooperate, it's resourceful. It's not the type that's going to bicker and argue. If you're in a crowd, you're trying to get the crowd to work together so we can get these things done. That's agape love. Let's keep it moving. Another type of love is ludus. Ludus, Luds, is a playful or uncommitted love. It can involve activities such as teasing and dancing or more overt flirting, seducing, or conjugating. Oh, wow. See, this is good to research, guys, because these are all kinds of different things. And in other words, they're saying ludus is a form of casual love. And I kind of disagree with things like that because I feel like sometimes these are, I'm not saying that it's not that type of love, but we have to be very careful when we look at the types of love that are out there. Because when we start thinking about flirting, seducing, and things of that nature, a lot of times we put ourselves out there to get hurt. And we wonder why we get hurt. And we think that love hurts, and love does not hurt. But sometimes we find ourselves thinking that we're in love and we're in lust and we get caught up. We just really get caught up, and I don't want you to get caught up, and I know you don't want me to get caught up. So let's be careful when we're looking at the ludus type of love. And let's look at two more to go. Pragma. Pragma is a kind of practical love founded on reason or duty on one's longer term interests. Sexual attraction takes a back seat in favor of personal qualities and compatibility, share goals, and making it work. Many relationships that start off as eros or ludus end up as various combinations of storge and pragma. Pragma may seem opposed to ludus, but the two can coexist with the one providing a counterpoint to the other. And the last form of love, it says, is philotia. Philotia is self love, which can be healthy or unhealthy. Unhealthy self love is a kind to hubris, but we can focus on healthy self love, which is a kind to self esteem and cognitive and emotional appraisal of our own worth relative to that of others. So, those are your 7 types of love. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, on your community station with international inspiration, kinetichifi.com. Make sure you pre order your copy of the new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving. And again, and you can get your copy at theheartconnections.com. Theheartconnections.com. Now let's get to it. We've been talking about the different types of love. And I just want to talk about where my hope is and where all of my love comes from. And let's let Crowder and Torrin Wells help us with this as well. With all my hope. This is going out to you, Zelda, listening in from Dallas. Love y'all.